So now we're looking at addition and subtraction of rational expressions when we have more than two rational expressions. The process is essentially the same, it just adds an extra step. I'm going to go ahead and, since these first two rational expressions just have denominators that are binomials, it makes sense to go ahead and factor the last one. So we're going to end up with v over v plus 1 plus 3 over v minus 1 minus 6 over v squared minus 1 is just v minus 1 times v plus 1, because it's a difference of squares, v squared minus 1 squared. So when we have nothing but binomials, if you'll notice, we could make out the chart, but it's very obvious in this instance. Our common denominator is going to be v minus 1 times v plus 1, because v minus 1 is missing v plus 1, v plus 1 is missing v minus 1, and then we have a denominator of v minus 1 times v plus 1 in our last term. So we're just going to rewrite this with by multiplying by what each one is missing, multiplying the numerator and denominator by what each denominator is missing. So we have v over v plus 1, and that's going to be times v minus 1 over v minus 1. That's plus 3 over v minus 1 times v plus 1 over v plus 1, and minus 6 over, we already have the least common denominator here, v minus 1 times v plus 1. So multiplying our numerators in our first rational expression, we have v squared minus v. V times v is v squared. V times 1 is v, and that's over our v minus 1 times v plus 1, plus 3 times v plus 1 is going to be 3v plus 3, and that's over our common denominator of v minus 1 times v plus 1, and then minus 6 over the v minus 1 times v plus 1. Now we'll put those all over our common denominator. We have v squared minus v plus 3v plus 3 minus 6, and that's all over v minus 1 times v plus 1. Combining like terms, we have v squared minus v plus 3v is plus 2v, and then plus 3 minus 6 is minus 3. And again, that's all over v minus 1 times v plus 1. And now I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here and bring this next step up here. Will v squared plus, we know it's over v minus 1 times v plus 1, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. V minus 1 times v plus 1. And now we want to know, does v squared plus 2v minus 3, will that factor? So if we have minus 3, what multiplies to negative 3 that adds to 2? Well, that would be positive 3 and negative 1. So v plus 3 times v minus 1. We can verify that. V squared minus v plus 3v is plus 2v, and then 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So you'll notice the v minus 1's cancel, and we're left with v plus 3 over v plus 1. And as usual, I always like to note v can't equal negative 1, and v can't equal 1. And that's based on our original least common denominator.